day out there. I hope you are having a blessed day. You know, there's been a great buzz that has been following at least the Western society and the Eastern society thousands of years before that on veganism. A lot of people think that it's bad to eat meat. And to be quite honest with you, I have shared at least that belief partially over much of my life. I will say over the past 20 years, maybe 25 years, I've been trying to eat less and less meat each day, each year. I actually was a total vegetarian for an entire year and a half and haven't eaten red meat in about 25 years. And that definitely tells my age. But yeah, I haven't eaten red meat in about 25 years. I've been eating mainly chicken and fish, and over the past couple of years have decreased that to about 2 times a week. Interestingly enough, you know, I have been friends with a lady who is about 65, and she has more energy than anyone I could possibly compare to of any age. And her secret is the blood type diet. And so I actually have a copy of the book here. I'm reading it. The Blood Type Diet, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. At first I thought, well, I don't know about this. And I started reading it. And for me, someone who is O positive, it says that you should be eating red meat on a regular basis. I was very disgruntled when I read that, to be quite honest with you, because I said, no, you know, there's no way all of these years I could have been headed down the wrong track. And I'm not convinced that I have been, to be honest with you. But I do know that I've been anemic prone since birth, and it's very hard for me to, not very hard, but I will say I have to make a significant effort to maintain regular iron levels. And according to Dr. D'Amato in the blood type book, he's essentially saying that I need animal protein in order to maintain sufficient protein levels in my body. And so now I'm starting to consider this whole meat eating diet thing again, but I'm very torn. I am a Christian, and I know that Christ did declare all meat to be clean. In Mark chapter 7, he says that we have authority to eat any meat. Do I believe that we should eat meat at the level that most of us, 99.9% of us, eat it today? No, I don't believe that we need to eat nearly as much meat as we do. In fact, if I do go back to eating meat, it'll probably be about 2 ounces 5 times a week, which is what he prescribes as the minimum amount of red meat that an O positive a person should eat. But interestingly enough, since I've been reading this book, just weird things have been, transpiring. So for example, I met with my doctor, and he said, well, you might have, this form of arthritis, which is, tied to weakened bones. And so it's interesting, hearing that, and I say, okay, first of all, I'm not sure. I'm going to a specialist to get a second opinion. But this lupus arthritis that he speaks of, basically is correlated with low red blood cells. What else is correlated with low red blood cells? Anemia, which thankfully I haven't had it in several years, but I'm always right above the cusp of sufficient iron. So I definitely struggle with maintaining proper levels of low red blood cells. Proper levels of red blood cells. So I'm definitely praying now about whether or not I'm going to reincorporate red meat into my diet. If I do, it's going to be on a very minimal basis, but just trying to figure out what's right for me. I believe that the answer for everyone is probably going to be different, whether or not to eat meat. I definitely believe that we should be careful as far as not wasting meat or anything, but especially meat for that matter, because it is a waste of life. When we say, for example, overcook and throw out a significant amount of it, or we eat 10 ounces when really we only need 4 ounces. So I'm going to definitely be very cognizant of how much meat I eat. If I do decide to adopt it into my diet, I plan to do the blood type diet for 30 days, see how my body feels, see if my running feels more normal again. And if it works, to be quite honest with you, it will probably be hard for me to let go of the red meat, even if it is for 2 ounces a day, if this blood type diet does seem to work. So I'll keep you posted. For those who pray, which I hope is everyone, but please, definitely lift me up in your prayer as I decide what to do with my diet and whether or not to reincorporate red meat into that diet after 25 years. God bless, and blessings on your diets and your health wherever you are out there as well.